Hey, welcome into this week's edition of Sid Start Saturday. It is just me, Alan, this week. Jay is currently without power in the good old Northwest Territories, and because of good old American Thanksgiving, I procrastinated and forgot to line up one of the Banger Management guys to be with us again this week. Yeah, not much happened in the last 24 hours. Oh, I mean, Brady Tkachuk came back, which is awesome. I liked his stat line, 1 assist, which not too shabby, but he did have 8 shots, which is what you want to see after a hand injury. I think only 1 hit though, but yeah, doing stuff with his hand is exactly what you want to see after coming back from a hand injury. So doesn't seem like he got rushed back. Probably not a major injury, but Kyle Palmieri did leave last night's game. Hopefully not a concussion, but kind of a crazy sequence as he was leaving the game. Did kind of help set up a scoring play. It was kind of weird. But it looks like Max Shabanov looks like maybe slotting up, kind of next man up there. I don't know if I'm interested in the Islanders for next week. I really don't like their schedule. They play Tampa, Colorado, Tampa, Florida. Not good matchups at all. But Jay and I will get into that tomorrow in the script, the week preview. Yeah, not a team I'd be looking to try to stream from. Much better choices out there for next week. But yeah, let's get into share my screen here. So nothing in starter bench. Admittedly, this is probably going to be a much shorter show today. There are only 11 games on the slate today. Nothing in sit start for today, but yeah, Patrick Fry is making a request to ad drop. So we probably have, if anything, we'll probably have some goalie questions for us. Who to drop for Wallstead? Ooh, this is good. I like this. I wouldn't drop Stone. Why would you do that? I wouldn't drop Sorokin. Dang, and then if you drop Stone, you're carrying 3 goalies, which is not bad. That is tough, but he has no votes on it, so I kind of want to answer it for him. Dang, because I hate to drop Knight. Even though, like I pointed out last night, Chicago is kind of in the bottom third of the league. They did drop that game against Nashville last night, so that probably does not help them gain ground. Sorokin, I feel like you got to hold him because he is a good individual goalie. And Knight is also a good individual goalie. But I hate to drop Stone, especially power play 1. I know he's not on line 1. Dang it. I kind of want to say Knight. I don't see Chicago climbing back up into a power play spot. It was kind of a surprise they were off to as good of a start as they were, and they have kind of come back down to earth. They've come back down to where we thought they would be, especially with the roster they have. I just don't think they're ready to be a playoff contender. They're probably still a year or two off from being playoff contenders. They really, and that's why I was kind of rooting for them in the Marner sweepstakes. I was really hoping that would kind of give them a huge push. Drop Sagan for Josh Norris. Ouch, yikes. If it was any other point in the season, I would vote yes. I don't like this move only because Dallas is one of the better schedules for next week. And again, Jay and I will get into more of that tomorrow. Let me add reaction. Where's the thumbs down? Do I not have thumbs down? I don't like this. Thumbs down. Yeah. And again, kind of like on the live show, someone asked they were dropping Saros for Josh Norris? I was like, absolutely not. One, because someone would definitely pick up Saros, as bad as Nashville is. And then when Josh Norris inevitably gets injured again, you just lost Saros for nothing. This show is not brought to you by Lonnie and just drink them. Drop Johansson for Forrest. Yeah. Try to find Patrick Fry's question here. Good Rick's in here. 22. Oh my gosh, 20 team. Jack Quinn, Gritsuk, Shea. Dang. That's tough. I don't know. What's Quinn's deployment? Because I'm kind of tempted. I know I just kind of took a monkey dunk on Shabanov. I'm kind of gut is between Shabanov and Gritsuk. I think Gritsuk, it kind of has and I mentioned it last night, he is getting flashes in that top 6, which puts him in a pretty good position to score there. This is like bottom of the barrel waiver wire here. There was someone I was looking at. Quinn. I was looking at Quinn's deployment. Yeah, especially now that, that second line is in Buffalo is kind of gross. And this really emphasizes kind of scoring. Well, blocks and power play goals. I mean, without really digging into like everyone's peripherals, I kind of like Grits. I kind of like Grit. I mean, now if Yossi goes out again, I feel like you got to grab Brady Shea, especially in a league that deep, because Brady Shea's next man up on that power play. Here we go. So here's Patrick Fry's question. Okay. So goalie to stream. So Lindblom, this is going to be Vegas at San Jose. So Ned for the Sharks. Jojo at the Rangers. Dylan Garrett. Oh, that's right, because Quick is out at the moment. Anton Forsberg at the Canucks. Dobis at Colorado. I'm not touching. No, Jay and I were talking about this. Like, Colorado's goal differential is insane right now. Colorado is an opponent I am staying away from. Would not start my goalies against them if given the option. Hildeby at Pittsburgh. Hofer, Yuri Patera at Kings. All right. And then I think Patrick Fry said a couple other options. Noonan and Ellis. Annan, Ellis, whatever. Who does Buffalo play? Buffalo plays Minnesota. No, thank you. Wait, shoot. I lost my place. There we go. JoJo's actually been a lot better. I just don't trust. Well, it's at the Rangers, and the Rangers have been not so good at home so far this season. But I mean, the Rangers did. It's hard to tell which Rangers we're going to get today, because the Rangers did just shellac the Bruins yesterday. But I hate myself. I did bench Panarin yesterday, and I hate myself for it. I just didn't trust him against the Bruins. Let's see. I like Lindblom. But I mean, San Jose is still capable of putting up 3, 4, 5 goals. Definitely not interested in Toronto. I couldn't believe that stat when I woke up this morning, doing a little reading. Like, Toronto 0 wins in their last 10 games, if I'm remembering that right. If someone in the chat wants to correct me, I could not believe that. Not interested in. Yeah, Forsberg has not been great. Not interested in the Canucks goalie. I am interested in JoJo, and that's maybe a little bit of homerism, but he has been much better this year compared to years past. And it does. And man, if you, I have to pull up this. I have to pull up this Tampa defense right now. Present. This is a perfect, and this is, and I feel like this contributed to Tampa's struggles in the beginning of the season. So last year, Jeff Blashill was the defensive coach for the Lightning, who is now the coach of the Chicago Blackhawks. It was a lot of the fan base was calling for him to be fired into the sun. Like, I'm like, sure, let's, if we all think that that's the problem, let's, Trebuchet into the sun, move on. What's the guy's name? I think it's like Dan Hinote. I guess now is now in charge of the defensive structure for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So right now we are down Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough, Eric Chernak. Oh my gosh. And I think at least one more significant like defensive defenseman. This is our defense core right now. So I asked my wife, like, we've been fans of the team since like the 14-15 season. I was like, do you recognize like any of these guys? And she's like, no. Like, yeah. So our top pairing right now is freaking JJ Moser and Darren Radish. Who, by the way, Darren Radish, what's he have, like 8 points in the last 7 games, something crazy. If you need like a defenseman to help, like I think like he's still very lowly owned. Let me check his ownership right now. Might want to check and see if Darren Radish is available for you in your leagues, because 29% rostered right now. Really good to have while Hedman's out. I think the soonest Hedman can return is the 4th, so it's coming up soon. But I mean, hopefully those of you who grabbed him early, but good to have while Hedman has been out. Man, like this decor is just beat to death, and this is a team still able to win games with scraps. So just a testament to what they've been able to do with Jeff Blashill gone. And it just took a minute, which is why it's always hard to tell in October what the rest of the season is going to look like. So what that has to do with JoJo. I mean, he is one of the guys I'm interested in for tonight. Let me remove this, and I need to add Discord back. I'm worried about Vegas after kind of getting effectively shut down by Montreal last night. What's Lindbaum's last few games looked like? I mean, like I said, I think it was his first NHL start against Tampa. I thought he looked great, but I feel like his other starts since then have kind of been lackluster. So he might just, I need to find a categories league to view his, actually, you know what, I'll just look it up on Frozen Tools. That'll just give me his game log. Yeah, 864-889-850-808. Yeah, nothing right home about. And Ned, I really thought he was going to be at it, because on the Pens, Ned kind of stole a lot of starts from Yari. So I'm interested in JoJo. I'm interested in anyone starting for the Rangers. Not Forsberg, not Dobes. Not so much Hildeby, because as we know, Pittsburgh is, well, no, I think we went over this last night. Pittsburgh is kind of falling to where we thought they'd be. No, okay, 9th. Never mind. And what are they? Last 10, they're 4-3-3. Yeah, it'd be one of those like, was it, who started last night? Was it Sheila started last night or was it Jari? Yeah, if someone, whoever, if you have the starter for the Pens potentially, I'd be interested in them. Because again, like I just said, Toronto hasn't won in their last, hasn't won any games in the last 10. Is that right? Or no it's got to be no regulation wins because they're 2-6-2. Do you like Forsberg? I don't know, man. It's just it's tough. Like with the Kings, those defensive ads haven't been. Was it Cody Ceci and oh my gosh, I forget the other guy that they added in the offseason. They just haven't been as great. Yeah, Dumoulin. There we go. Haven't been as great. And I don't know. I think the Canucks can absolutely score. But it's hard. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about putting them in an order. But yeah, I like, yeah. Not a whole lot of those I like. And then, oh yeah, he said Annunen. Who does Nashville play? They play Winnipeg. No, thank you. And the Buffalo plays Minnesota. No, thank you. Yeah, not too many I'd actually consider there, Patrick. Yeah, let's go Johansson, Dylan, and Forsberg. Those are the three I would genuinely consider. Plus, like I said, if you can get whoever, yeah, who started for Pittsburgh last night? Was it Shilovs or was it Yari? Sorry, I'm going through. Okay, it's Yari, so it'd be Shilovs today. Yeah, I feel like Shilovs is. How owned is Shilovs? I feel like he's one of the goalies we've been tooting the horn on all month. 25% owned. Yeah, if Shilovs is out there, I'd be interested in him today. You drop either Jake Allen or Yari because I have too many goalies. Oh man, that's tough. Because I think it was Jake Allen that did just shut out Buffalo. I mean, it's Buffalo, but still, on any week, a shutout is awesome. But I hate to tell someone to drop Jari simply for the speculative value. Again, for those of you who didn't tune in last night, Jari is one of the goalies that is rumored. I don't know. It seems sort of unlikely to me that Jari is the goalie that is sent to Edmonton. One of sort of Edmonton's criteria is that they want someone who has no health concerns, which is part of why I guess they didn't go after Gibson. Makes sense to me. And yeah, Jari just came back from an injury, and this is not his first rodeo with injury. And then, yeah, I mean, of the goalies that are kind of out there as rumored, I mean, Binnington seems to have, at least as far as I can recall, Binnington kind of seems to have the fewest health issues. I don't know why not that I've heard his name out there, but Elvis is someone I don't know if they'd want to trade for. He does seem to struggle staying healthy with a starter's workload. Yeah, Yari is not someone I'd, unless you kept Skinner and then you ran a Yari Skinner tandem, which would be ideal, or Yari Pickard. That's tough. I don't know which one you drop. I mean, I still feel like Markstrom is the starter in Jersey, and this is probably just like a stretch for Jake Allen, which is why I'm leaning Jake Allen. I hate to see someone drop Yari again purely on speculative value. But I do kind of feel like it, Yari at beginning of the season, She Loves did kind of steal the net from Yari. But they could be trying to showcase Yari for a trade. I don't know. They got, was it 4 goalies? I guess they're trying to say Pittsburgh has right now. Actually, you know what? Let's look to next week. What do Pittsburgh and Jersey's schedules look like? Actually, was it Jersey has 4 games and there is a back-to-back in there, so maximum you get 3 starts out of Jake Allen. So you're probably looking at 2 starts. Pittsburgh has 3 games and they're pretty spread out. They play Monday, Thursday, Sunday. You probably get 2 starts out of Jari total. And their schedule is Monday at Philly, Thursday at Tampa, Sunday at Dallas. I don't like that schedule. And then let's look to the next week. Wait. Okay, it's just, wow, the game grid just isn't updating right. And then again, the week after, Jersey has 4 games. Pittsburgh also has 4 games. So, yeah, they're really not. So the schedule really isn't helping us at all. Yeah, I don't know. Jake Allen can do it in stretches, but I still feel like Markstrom is the guy there. I would. There it is. I don't know. Let's go Jari. Let's drop Jari. Someone else can hold him purely on speculative value, and you can keep Jake Allen. Jack Quinn or Zach Benson? That's a good question. Both on the same team, so you can't say that one over the other. Is one getting power play 1? Zach Benson's getting power play 1. Zach Benson's on line 3 now? That's gross. Yeah, and that's weird. And with Josh Norris coming back soon too, I really don't like what that does for the lineup. Wow. I mean, still give me the guy on power play 1, but actually what's their time on ice difference? .9. Oof. $18. How does Zach Benson have a 0% shooting percentage on the season? How does that happen? So Zach Benson is getting more time on ice. He's getting more power play share, but he only has assists. Benson is shooting just a hair more, which is that's what I want. I want someone who's going to shoot more. I don't know. There really isn't much difference between the two. So, I mean, I guess give me the guy who's getting a couple minutes more time on ice, getting power play 1. Yeah, I mean, give me Benson. I mean, are there any guys available on other teams? But I mean, I guess if those are the only 2 players left on planet Earth, give me Zach Benson. Go to trade talk here. See if I can help out with anything. Hudson and Laugh. Yeah, I want Schaefer. Giving Draisaitl, get McDavid. I don't know how much I like that. I guess it's come down to which one gives you the peripherals you need. The only reason I can think of to keep one over the other is because they're both, a lot of them are going to be involved on each other's plays typically. Yeah, the only reason I would want one or the other is give me Draisaitl for the left wing eligibility, and I'm sure I'll get added for that. Yes, and that was absolutely something I was going to mention on tomorrow's show. D Stu, let me check and make sure that he is still labeled as such in Yahoo. Because I did it because there we go. Yes, he is still labeled that way in Yahoo. So Carter Hart, even though he had a not great game last night for the Henderson Silver Knights, Carter Hart is eligible to return this coming week. He right now he is labeled as out in Yahoo, so he can be put in an IR plus spot. So if you have an available spot, he can be stashed. He I think he let in 4 goals on, I think it was 16 shots, if I read that right this morning. Not great, not someone you're hoping can kind of help salvage your season. But in a league where I have Stuart Skinner, I picked him back up like that person who goes back to a partner who is terrible to them. I dropped him. I tried to walk away, and he had a couple of good games. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe they're turning a corner. I can save this relationship. And he has let me down again. What was it? I think it was the Dallas game where he let like 4 goals on 8 shots. And I'm like, no, this is over. I need help. I need a way out. So I'm hoping Carter Hart is my new boyfriend. So yes, if he can stash him. But I don't know. I could see them kind of, especially letting 4 goals on 16 shots. Maybe they kind of tandem Schmid and Hart, see if one of them gets hot. I don't know. But I could see Hart being a better alternative than Lindbaum. We'll see. But yeah, you would hope that even though he's been out of the NHL for 2 years, yes, 2 years. You could do better than 4 goals on 16 shots in the AHL. Yes, I don't know about that. Dang, yeah. Rest of season. Oh, I don't like this. Which do you prefer, Markstrom, Vladar? That's tough, man. It really seems like Philly plays a really goalie friendly system. Markstrom, I don't know. Well, let me pull up Markstrom before I shoot from the hip here. Again, I feel like you gotta follow the money. I feel like Markstrom's gonna get a chance to retain or reclaim that top. I mean, he's still not bad. Like 11 games played, he's 7-3-1. I mean, that save percentage is something to be desired. 8.74. 3 quality starts, which is not great. But yeah, I feel like he's got to get a chance to reclaim that starting role. Oh yeah, his last 2 starts were 9-1-3, 9-1-4. So 2 of his 3 quality starts were in his last 2 starts. That's great. I would trust Markstrom more for the wins, because we definitely see Jersey as a playoff contender, right? Whereas Philly in the standings. Oh, 11th, much higher than I thought they'd be. How's Vladar doing? Oh wow, hot streak, 5 quality starts in his last 6 games played. So yeah, Vladar has 14 games played, 9-4-1, 913 save percentage on the season, 11 quality starts. I don't know. And of course, I'm breaking the tie here if there is a tie. Part of me still wants Markstrom, but I mean, Philly just plays a much better. I mean, this is like what Philly was last year, right? Where it was just like they weren't going to win many games, but your rate stats were going to be pretty darn good. You just weren't getting very many wins. Maybe give me Vladar. Oh, well, the mob wants Markstrom, and I get that, right? Like Markstrom will probably get you more wins, but I feel like your rate stats might be a little better with Vladar. Oh, nothing here. Okay. Yeah, nothing in chat, nothing in starter bench. I'll probably just go ahead and make this last call. If anyone has anything in chat, I know we have a lighter turnout than normal. Again, only 11 games on the slate today. Oh, we got someone type in. Awesome. And I know next week isn't much better. There's only 12 games. But yeah, hope is that Jay and I will go kind of early afternoon tomorrow for the week 8 scripts there. Get that out to everyone in enough time to make moves. Sorry, waiting for Pokemon to type there. Okay. Sorry, I hate to have dead air here. What else? Wait, did Swayman start? Are they starting Swayman back to back? I just saw Swayman was confirmed as the starter on daily face-off. Okay, Corpy was yesterday. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, let me see. And it stinks. Yeah, with so many back-to-backs, I don't think we'll get too many confirmed goalies today. I think the only 2 we have are Dobis with Montreal and Swayman with Boston. I don't think we'll get too many. And I'm hoping is a homer. I haven't heard anything yet. Actually, you know what? Let me check Twitter feed while I'm waiting. Let me see if there's any news on Braden Point. Okay, and this, yeah, it looks like Pasta is still out today, which is terrible. So yeah, man, I wonder. So if you have, yeah, the Red Wings might come out. Red Wings might come out swinging today. I'm waiting on you, Pokemon. Oh, there we go. Advice on goalies. There we go. So this is okay. Yeah, so pretty standard. Dussel's out 2 to 3 weeks. There we go. Possible starter for next few weeks is cover. Stream goalies till he returns. Other goalies. Ouch. Well, there we go. So we have other goalies on the wire. Montembeau, Vladar, Skinner. Yeah, don't grab Skinner. Don't do that to yourself. The Detroit tandem, Mrazek. The Pens tandem, Carter Hart, Jake Allen, Wallstedt were added this week, but maybe dropped. Dude, if you could, if so, do you own Wallstedt Askarov? Because if you do, you're probably set. Or no, someone, yeah. If you can get one of Wallstedt or Askarov, like I would say those are top of the list. Those are the guys you should be adding. I think even Wallstead's like 60 something percent in Yahoo owned. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know Askarov had the bad game against Colorado. That's freaking expected. But yeah, even if Wallstead and Gustafsson become a tandem, dude, with the way Minnesota's been playing lately, like still hang on to whichever one of those guys you can get. After that, I wouldn't mind having Shelovs. Let me take a look at Mrazek because and this is something I was going to talk. I definitely want to bring up on tomorrow's show. I mean, so far this season, Mrazek sitting at an 880 save percentage on the season. I mean, he'll get the starts. And then yesterday, I know I said it on the show. Billy Husso finished yesterday's game. I want to say it was like an 8-5-4 or something like that. Not great. He got you the win. And I feel like that's what Mrazek and Husso are going to get you. They'll get you the wins because the Ducks still have one of the highest goals for per game right now. They're scoring a lot. So they may get you the wins, but it'll, if you're, what is it? So you're like 3 saves per goal against, like, it's not going to be great. Yeah, especially your wins are only worth 2 points. You want a guy who's going to get who's going to win those and not let in a lot. So yeah, I'd look to like Wallstedt and Askarov. Those are going to be priority number 1. Skinner, I wouldn't even imagine him as available. I wouldn't touch Detroit tandem. I do like Shelovs. I don't know if I'd rush to pick up Carter Hart. Like I was just saying, he let in 4 goals on 16 shots in his last kind of rehab game in the AHL, and there's no telling for sure if he'll actually get called up right away. But he is eligible to play in the NHL this week. So I mean, if you have an ad this week you can burn to stash him in IR, it might pay off for you. I really don't like Montreal's schedule for next week. What was it? Because I was making show notes. Yeah, Montreal's schedule next week: Ottawa, Winnipeg, Toronto. Well, maybe their schedule is not as bad as I thought. But for goalies, though, it's not great because their schedule is 2 back-to-backs. So next week you're only going to get 2 starts maximum from Montembeault. I mean, Vladar, like I said, he's probably going to face quite a few shots. That team plays a very nice defensive structure in front of him. And they're 11th in the league, so they're winning games, absolutely. Okay. All right. So to rank them, Wallstedt and Askarov, whichever one you can get. I would say Wallstedt number 1, Askarov number 2, Shilov's number 3. Cooley is interesting. I would put him somewhere in the bottom because he's got nice rate stats, but Calgary not going to win a lot of games. Yeah, Vladar number 4. Yeah. Mrazek number 5. And then it gets really slim pickings. Like, I wouldn't try to run out and grab Montembeault for like next week. I mean, Jake Allen. Oh, yeah. Like I was answering a question earlier. Yeah. Jake Allen, not bad. I mean, max, he'd probably get like 2-3 starts next week for you. We know in stretches he can be great. But we know Jersey's playing kind of one hand tied behind their back with Jack Hughes out. Also an option, but I would rank him kind of lower middle. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, I would run, don't walk if Wallstedt and Askarov become available. And then, like, shoot, is Eric Comrie available? Still not my first option. I would still go like Wallstedt, Askarov, Shilovs, maybe even Mrazek over Comrie. But Comrie is just someone who's going to get a lot of runway with Hellebuck out. I don't see any hyping there. Someone else to consider too. I think he was still pretty lowly owned when I was making show notes yesterday. What else? Let me see if I can. Sweet, I can pull this up. Yeah, let me check for everyone under 50% owned. I have given up on him. Okay, no Comrie. Okay. Oh, Turnbury, duh. Okay. Yeah, I've given up on him just because, well, I think Kochekov is hurt now, so it's him and Boosie. Freddie Anderson, kind of around 50%. Yeah, Dan Vladar, I like him. Jake Allen, yeah, he's out there. I don't know how much I trust the Detroit tandem. They're kind of coming back down to earth. Yeah, Shilov's 25% owned. Yeah, Lincoln's out. I wouldn't touch him. Okay. Yeah, not a lot of surprise goalies out there, less than 50% owned. Yeah, I'm sticking with my order, man. I hopefully want to, especially Wallstedt. hopefully Wellstead is available for you. Especially, that's that amazing game against Colorado. Okay, cool. So it sounds like I answered that for you. Yeah, no problem, man. That's why I mean, I like doing the show. It was always helpful to me back in the day. Even just to listen to what they were throwing out to other people. But yeah, we'll go ahead and cut it here. Thanks again, everyone. Jay and I will be back tomorrow again. Like I said, probably kind of earlier afternoon. Get the show out to you in time for everyone to make their moves. Thanks again. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully helps you out. Thanks.